welcome to my channel, or welcome back, loyal viewers. I'm Kerry, the nosy housefrau, and today I'm going to be sticking my nose in on the piping hot tea that is the ongoing feud between Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna, and I will be doing that as I do a full face of makeup using my Tati beauty palette, which you know I wasn't done playing with yesterday. I will link below the video I did using the colors Poet, and today I'm going to be dipping in with Story, and a little bit, I think I'm going to use this shimmer here as a base for my eye under Aura, this second from the top. Let's see if I can keep from digging my nails in it. I have noticed there's fallout in the palette, but if you just go, your mattes will stay matty. And I want to thank everyone for being so nice to my husband and his cameos in my video. He's become more interested in makeup, you could say, more interested in my channel, and in fact, he watched yesterday's and knew that I was concerned about getting the glitter off of my eyes. He was very proud of his solution. Oh, what are you gonna... Okay. He wanted to use the leaf blower. I hope you like that joke, because I hurt myself to make you laugh. I was like, go ahead, roll. It's not going to be funny unless you roll it right on there. No more glitter, though. That is a good trick. If you're trying to get off glitter, now you can have your cake and eat it, too. You don't have to use the whole tape roll. You could take it off, or you could use Scotch tape and just kind of... I went back and forth from wet wipes to dry brushing, and then I used tape, and we're all good. Probably still have glitter everywhere, but you can't see it, I think. Okay, so I started with the Secret Sauce for moisturizing and priming my skin. It is, I'm putting it on before the e.l.f. putty, but I really love this stuff. I tend to exfoliate in the morning because I put the stronger stuff on at night. I would probably put this on right after exfoliating. It would be fine. But I use a retinol cream before I go to bed, and so I space that out with my exfoliating so that I don't hurt myself. People go back and forth over this, but that's just what works with my routine and when I put makeup on and my sun avoidance. So I have that, and then of course I'm going to put on my e.l.f. and my e.l.f. putty primer, which I've really been enjoying. I like this stuff. And then my Smashbox foundation, which is Studio Skin 24-hour wear hydrating foundation, fond de teint hydrant, Tanamon Jus. That's what it says. And it's a skin tone fair in the undertone of cool peach. Who knew I was cool? I'm going to, at this point, and of course I'll always put in the description when the drama starts, when I'm doing a look as well as talking about drama. And a lot went on, oh gosh, a lot went on Twitter today. By the way, I already have my brow bar on that I can't be without. This is my Gerard Cosmetics brows that I've done in advance. So, anyway. There was a lot going down on Twitter. Yesterday, Gabbie Hanna, if you don't know, she had an Instagram story where she talked about how she told somebody, she warned somebody that they were sleeping with somebody who had a problem that could be communicable, and that it's what they had heard, and they told the person, I don't know if this is true. The person, of course, is Jason. And she said, I don't know if this is true, but this is what I've heard. And then Trisha took to the kitchen floor and let her have it, saying, you know, you weren't there, etc., and it wasn't her place to say. And at first, I was really on board with that. There's a lot of layers to this onion. And my first thought was, okay, that's gossip. You can say you were doing it to be nice and everything, but if you knew somebody who's dating somebody, and you go right up to them and say something like that, well, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard this rumor that this person has something that doesn't go away that you could get, and I hope you're using your condom sense. And by the way, that wouldn't prevent that anyway, but you've just said two things. You've said, one, the person you're seeing is a dirtbag, and two, I don't trust you to look out for your own best interests. So a lot of people were saying, is Gabbie wrong? Is Trisha wrong? I never heard one person say, what the heck is wrong with Jason? Not only is he having this conversation, he's got to be the one who said, hey, Trish, I heard I shouldn't sleep with you without a condom because you're not, you know, the chirpies or whatever. And what does that say about him? Nobody cares? That, like, what could possibly go wrong, Jason? Oh, golf clap for you. That was well done. So I'm assuming that's what happened. I don't know that that's what happened. It could have been somebody else. You never know with all this nonsense, right? Who's telling what to whom. So I just like to stay out of all that stuff. But I'm going to chime in because I think there's something to be learned here. First of all, I asked myself, would you say this to a friend? And Gabbie's like, is that wrong? Is that shady? Yes, you don't say that to him. Even a close friend. But don't feel bad because many people would do this. Now, that's how I felt at the time. And then I found out, according to Gabbie, that she was having a conversation with him and he told her that he is not using protection. Well, that's very different because now you're not butting in. You're seeing a friend walk into traffic and you're stopping them. That makes total sense to me. The term be careful can be obnoxious, really. It can, because nobody is going to look out for you as well as yourself. Like, who cares more about my well-being than I do? Nobody, right? When people say drive carefully, I always say, you just saved a life, my friend. Trust me, I wasn't going to swerve through traffic. I didn't get to the ripe old age of 50 and a half or so by playing in traffic. But people, meanwhile, so we give them a pass. So, we're back to this. Is it inappropriate what she said to him? I think in the context of their conversation, it was not. However, it's never going to translate well. Trisha had every reason to feel bad about that. I got to catch up, or my story is going to be done before my makeup look. Trisha had every reason to feel bad about that because, even though she's been very, very open about everything going on with her, that doesn't mean she really wants to be the poster girl for that kind of thing. And it's not pleasant, I'm sure, to find out that that's the conversation somebody was having about you. And two consenting adults getting together means it's between them. You don't go around telling your friend to bag their groceries, And in this case, if Trisha did have something like that, she, bagging his groceries would not necessarily make a difference at all. She would have to be on, medication to keep that at bay, and they'd have to talk, and that is just really a conversation for them. However, I don't really feel as bad about what Gabbie said. Isn't this the girl that did the brushes thing? It is. It's the one that was flippant with everybody when she had that stupid brushes scam. So I don't know much about her other than that. She says you could kill her pet and she'd still be there for you. Do you not love your pets? They'd have to pull me off as somebody who hurt my pets. Much less would I say, I'm sorry you're feeling down and out. I think if Gabbie thought about that more, she would probably not necessarily feel that. But I know what she's saying. She's like, people can hurt me and I don't feel that I have to be vindictive and hurt them back. I still don't want people to feel bad. I don't kick people when they're down. So I get that. What's happening is I see both sides of it. I could see how Gabbie was having a conversation with him. Now, mind you, this is important to note. She thought it was a private conversation. She thought no one else is going to hear this. So she's saying to her friend, wait, you're not you're not being careful and bagging your groceries? And that's just, I think, normal given that the person took it upon himself to tell her. Now, she says somebody else told her and that was a good source, but we don't know that. It could be she just thought she heard it somewhere. She could be maybe she just wanted to say that. Maybe she just felt like being gossipy in that moment. I don't know. But I can say, if it is what she said, and I have to assume it is, she didn't speak out of turn. Her friend just told her he's doing something dangerous. If they have the kind of rapport where they can talk about something so personal, then certainly she can chime in with be careful. If you see somebody that you're friends with walking into traffic or hurting themselves in any way, of course you would say something. But from Trisha's perspective, she just hears that this girl is saying this about her. Who wouldn't be upset to find that out? I mean, I don't know who told Trisha, but they're obviously not somebody who's interested in keeping the peace, because anybody would be mad about that, wouldn't they? I mean, it's just a crappy thing to say. Coffee break. And for all the things Trisha's done, I will say this was the real Trisha in this video. I've said before she tries on personalities like shoes. That was all Trisha on the kitchen floor, mad, as a lot of people would be. I mean, she went through a lot. I know she tries on personalities like shoes, but think of it this way. She already felt like kind of betrayed by this guy, like that he would never took their relationship seriously. How would you feel if you found out that people are having these conversations? And if that did happen, why did Gabbie have to make an Instagram about it? Somebody explain that to me. Why, if you found out that a conversation you thought was private suddenly went public, why would you feel a need? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I burp? Why would you feel a need to make it more public? You'd be like, you'd be a little bit like, crap, I didn't really want her to know I said that. I think I'll tell everyone I said that. And defend your position. You know, you should have felt like it was more important to keep that under wraps. Maybe there's something I don't know. Oh, crap, this is not blending right. I put too much on. Scary. This is a challenge, by the way, doing this and talking. It's like, gotta pat your head and rub your tummy. But yeah, so I've got to get good at this, like Smoky Glow. She can multitask. Yeah, that's about the time in the show where I have to redo my makeup because I had some on my hand and I smudged it. And we'll just, that's right. I'm trained for such a crisis. So how do you feel about that? Do you think that she should have just not made the video? Was there an attack on her that made her feel she had to defend that? I really would not feel comfortable saying something like, I heard this or I heard that. What you could say to somebody is, you don't know if that person has a problem, because you don't need someone to tell you to be careful when you're intimate with someone. You shouldn't need someone to tell you that. He was 45 years old. He should know to have that conversation with someone. In my day, because just before I was able to do that, they told us it could kill you. And we did it anyway. So you bagged your groceries and you said a little prayer to the baby Jesus. And that was the only thing. You know, you have that conversation with that person. I do know some people who insisted on health checkups. That's not a bad idea. I was just kind of stupid when I was younger. I don't like the fact that she's kind of, in a way, even though Trisha has made herself the poster girl for chlamydia, she's getting shamed and like her reputation's preceding her. That would be a horrible thing to hear about yourself, that someone said, be careful, she has it. You're saying that she just wouldn't have that discussion with him and she would just put him at risk. That wasn't very nice. That really wasn't very nice. Again, Gabbie thought that conversation was private, so that's the way they should have left it. Ultimate judge and jury from the Housefrau court, I'd have to say, points to Trisha on this one. I think the person who was most wrong in this case was Gabbie. And that's just the way I see it. So I am using this by Aura, this second to the top shimmer. Very pretty. To put on this lower lash. Oh my gosh. That goes on so creamy, you guys. I didn't even put any of the Slay All Day on there, setting spray, and it's really going on beautiful and creamy. I like that. I'm going to spritz it and see what it does. And I actually wished I had done that yesterday under the other glitter because I felt like it would have worked better. This is the Watermelon Slay All Day from Gerard Cosmetics. Love it. Links below. And if you go to Jen Gerard's channel, I always have to plug her because I love her stuff and I love her. But if you go to her channel, her whole channel is dedicated to rescue. So if you like the critters, head on over there. And if you like good makeup at a good price, same place. With the rescue. This is really shimmery and really light. I don't know if it's reading. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the inner corners, even though there's going to be more of a look. I think that this goes really well with the story. All of these colors look like they could work together. That's what I love about this palette. It really is versatile, and I'm loving how everything's going on. But you are getting glitter. Be warned. You know, it's funny, speaking of being warned, don't you think that, getting back to Trisha and Jason Nash, when you're intimate with someone, that's automatically a buyer beware situation, isn't it? You have to be captain of your own ship and look out for what's going on, you know, and this is the second up in story. Oops. Second up in story. You have to be captain of your own ship and have that conversation. So I think that Gabbie was a little bit defensive about that, and Trisha was within her rights to feel that it wasn't an appropriate conversation. I can't imagine, here you're putting yourself out there, you're talking about all this personal stuff, but then assumptions and rumors get made about you because of those things. That would hurt. Gotta admit, that would hurt. I feel like Gabbie might be getting disproportionate amount of hate for it because she was having a private conversation. So this falls under the category of one of those things where people should be able to work it out. Really, I see so much stuff where people are, not getting along or being mad at each other, and it feels like it's about winning more than anybody wanting to have peace. People get into a defensive mode, and I understand when you're getting a lot of hate, which probably both sides are, you're not going to react the same way. You're not going to be so reasonable. It's probably going to be your instinct to fall out, to defend yourself. I've learned to just walk away from mean people. I don't want to be surrounded by meanness. People who have to win, who just will go for the jugular rather than try to find peace in some way. I highly recommend this color combo, by the way. Again, this is the second from the top, and this one here. Well, yep, well done, Kerry. Second from the top on Aura, and second from the bottom on Story, and I really like them together. So, yeah, I wish more people would be interested in having peace. I'd love to know what you think about that. I know a lot of people have very varying opinions on this, but I hope that something I've said here will have people maybe reconsidering. Love when that happened. I felt like Trisha really felt that this person was going public about her with this kind of a rumor. Who the heck wants somebody saying that about them when they're still dating, even though, I don't know, maybe she has an open marriage with Brad Pitt's cutout. So maybe she's still dating, and who knows how long it will last with Brad Pitt's cutout. Those Hollywood cutout marriages, the paper men are just not reliable. Long term, I see problems. I see them drifting apart. But that's just me. I just think you have to think long term. I dated a paper cutout for 2 years, and finally I just got sick of doing all the work in the relationship. I never knew what he was thinking. It was the 80s, it was a crazy time, and it was Andrew McCarthy. Just pulled an 80s name out of my arse. Yeah, it was Andrew McCarthy. That was him. And, it just wasn't working out. We grew apart. And he fell apart when it rained. That was a bad idea for that picnic to keep our relationship together, You can't go back. Sometimes I amuse myself more than anyone else, but I get lonely. That's why I do this in the first place. Just putting on a little more cover up as I do. So yeah, it's one of those things where I see both sides, but I lean towards Trisha on this one because Gabbie's the one who chose to make that video, and I think she should have just said, "Oh, I didn't mean to." I wish Jason wouldn't have told her. If he did, I'm assuming he did. Maybe it was someone else. But I'm sure he had to be the one, because how else would Trisha know if it was a private conversation between the two? Gabbie didn't want her to know that she said that. So my thing is, he's probably the worst out of the whole bunch for making that a thing when he could have just kept the peace and not said anything. How did that conversation go? Because that's a conversation they should have had in the first place. Unless he didn't like Gabbie, I don't know, and he didn't care what got back to her. I have no idea. I'm putting on the white stuff on the brow, as you do. I kind of wonder. I kind of wonder what happened there. Fly, sorry. And would you feel that way too? If you're dating someone and then they come to you and say, rumor has it I shouldn't be here. on account of, you know, this and that. I think I'm going to try using those lashes again. We'll see how they go. That's always a chore, and I'm not going to cut you guys off for that either, so you get to watch the whole fun process of me putting on the lashes from last night. What are they called again? Oh. I should really give them a shout out, shouldn't I? The lash company. Oh, these still have some glitter on them. Oh, well. Oh, what was I doing? I get so dang spastic when I do these videos. I got a ways to go. There's just like oodles of glue on here. You know, that's good. That's what these tests are for. This is all about the troubleshooting. You know what I mean? You could watch people who are like really smooth at this, but that's not realistic. You don't want to see somebody who does this perfectly. You want to see somebody botch it so you can feel good about yourself. Wait. Lots of glue on there. We're still going to do it anyway. I'm going for it. I should put it on my right hand because I am right-handed. And that just works better for me. We're going in. Cover me. Oh my God. The glue. The glue, girl. No. This is just sad. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go back with the mascara. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait. Might be able to salvage this yet. Oh. Bish. Success. You see? See, just when you think things are going to be all bad, you get your lash on right when you didn't even think you would. And all's right with the world. Now we got to do the other one. And as you know, when one lash is perfect, the other one is not going to be. I don't want to be pessimistic about this process, but that has been my experience. Gosh, there's glitter on everything. Everything, even my thumb. I should have just cleaned them off. That's my own fault. You know, I mean, it's not just the glitter. This is another reason me and glitter don't get along, because you have to be pristine and really good about your environment, you know, which I'm not always. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm immaculate. Sometimes I'm a slob. I'm a bit of a mystery. Okay, mostly I like things tidy. Oops. Right now I'm in slob phase, and I'm trying to get out of that. I did a lot of cleaning today in my kitchen. I even noticed things that I didn't notice before, like it's time to clean the stuff over the window. All right, let's alley-oop. See what we got here. Oh, these lashes are great. I'm going to link them below. They're the best I've ever put on, like in terms of cooperating with me. Okay, now I'm botching it. I'm speaking too soon. Oh, use your right hand, Kerry. You're right-handed. Then these nails are very helpful for putting on lashes. I am not getting that close enough to the lash line, and might have to speed that up. I don't know. Sorry. It's a little botched. It's a little botched, but can we fix it with some... Oh, we need a little more glue. And we need... we're gonna try this again. Oh, no. The other one had a little more glue on it, and this one didn't have enough. So I think I'm learning it's better to have a little bit more. Not a ton, but a little bit. Leave it there. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And then it might be more forgiving, as long as there's no glue stuck to my fingers. I also find these lashes light, and lashes usually really bother me the second I put them on. Why can't I do this? Usually I put them on and I'm like, pretty, get them off, get them off, get them off. And now, wait, oh my God, some glue stuck to my finger. That's good. Let's try and put that into position with the left hand. And a little more glue might mean a little more to clean up later, but it also seems to mean that it's a little more forgiving about repositioning while it's in those moments that it's still very wet. Oh! Got the wonky eyelash. Someone get Rich Lux on the horn. There's so much drama, my eyelashes are going wonky. It's from the Trisha Paytas drama. Oh, girl. Wait. you. I told you this would be impossible. Wait, I'm definitely not going to use anything pointy, because that could be an issue. Wait. All right, this is enough with this. Wait a second. Now I've been gooped on the eyes. Just gonna. My son's gonna come in to see what the hell is so funny. Nothing, just making myself crack up. One of these brushes. Wait. A regular eyeshadow brush. Oh, that sucks. I just have to clean up all the disgusting glue. Lashes are definitely my weakness. I haven't been wearing them very long. There's still glitter on this line, but that's okay. And I may have to go a little thicker than I wanted to because of filling in these lashes and the placement of them. Sometimes I had to work on the symmetry. I don't love this eyeliner, this NYX. I'm going to have to find something else, and I'm going to actually use this brush that I like to use at the crease. I'm actually going to use that to try and blow this out more. Oh, I heard today, I saw on Twitter, Jeffree Star says he uses the Tana color of his conspiracy palette for contouring. I wanted to check that out. While that sets a little bit, I'll go back in and fix it. But look at those other colors, how nice they are, and they're more vibrant in real life. So here it is. Tanacon is this light beige color. I don't know if you could see. Next to Diet Root Beer. There's Diet Root Beer and there's Tanacon. It has a little tear in the eye. I only just noticed that. Okay, so that one he uses for contouring, and I'm going to do the same and see what I think. Let's see if I got a little contour brush. Good brush for it. Some of my brushes were still a little bit wet. This isn't a great contour brush, but I don't have any other ones to use. Contour the nose. He says he gets a soft look. Very, very smart of him to mention the repurposing. He's right. This is a good contour. Let's put some of that in there. There's a little too much contouring for me, but it does go on soft and blow out. I don't usually use the contouring stuff because it looks so bad. Get out of here, fly! So, I have too many flies. I gotta put stuff out for them. Oh, I had red on my finger. These are the clumsiest tutorials. How to be a klutz. No, Jeffree Star was kind of wrong. That Tanacon is really red. How did I even get red on my finger? I didn't even touch anything red. I don't know what's happening. It's all happening. What have I done? Wait. Okay, so let's put some more. Let's fix that up. It always looks really like rosacea or something when in the moment that you have to wipe something off and redo it. Definitely looks like rosacea. I've also been hearing a lot of people talking about setting powders, and I do have one that someone gave me that I might try. I always avoid powders because I have older skin, and powders around the eyes is a no-no. It's always gonna, show every single line, because powders will like fill in the lines and make them way more visible. So we'll just see. Going back to the Tati palette, so I gotta do something about that lower lash line by this thing. That's not quite where I want it to be. Okay, and I want to get those colors on more and use the setting spray. I want to build them up more, the colors that I was using. So in that eye, I'm going to use a little more of this second one up on there for that other contouring color. I do like a darker corner eye, but I just feel like it's not vibrant enough even in real life. And so we're going to actually go in there, go in towards the crease with this stuff, which is very glittery. Shimmery, not glittery, it's shimmery. Should I use the glitter? You know what, I think I will. I'll show you this look without the glitter, and then we'll take it to the next level with the glitter. I definitely like these colors. I'm going to use the glitter. Let's see, we'll blow them out a little bit. And I feel like that is a good base for the glitter, that color that I have. This is an everyday look. And that's another thing, is you could take this palette with you to work, and then when you're going to go out, build up the colors that you have. You could even do a touch-up if you felt like your setting spray didn't hold up. And then you take out the palette, which would fit, you know, or go home first. And then put on the glitter. And see, and then all of a sudden, your day look that was perfect for all day suddenly is going to go into a night look. Let's see, we'll go with the color that's at the top of the story, which is like a rose gold. That's exactly how I would describe it, a rose gold. I have quite a bit on there. Say a little prayer for me, oh my God. I'm putting it along the lower lash, and you can build it up as little or as much as you want, but I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, I think I like this more than the color I did yesterday. I like unless I'm just getting better at applying glitter, I like the way this looks. This would look great for a holiday, this rose gold. And you could actually use it with any of the other colors too. Of course. Of course. So far, so good. And I feel like it's not reading exactly how well blended that part is. And that's really important to me, the upper brow being blended. Oh, that's Tanacon. That's actually making those colors come together, because it was a happy accident. I picked up the Tanacon brush that I was contouring with before I went full red. And thankfully there's no glitter on there. And it actually has the color that blends these perfectly with the upper brow. I really like it. I have to fix the lash line. But as always, I never worry, I never panic if it doesn't look the way I want it to look right away. I kind of wish I had done some of this live so I could talk to you guys and answer questions about what I was talking about earlier with the drama. Because I'd like to see your feedback and what you think. You know what else I saw that was really funny? I came across a video that I will link below of Trisha Paytas saying, about a year ago it said it was. That's when the video went up, a year ago. Trisha Paytas was saying, she was talking about Gabbie and saying, how could you not know your money? How could you not know how much money you made on something? I'd like to play that side by side. You know, like Trisha arguing with Trisha. Like, how could you not know how much money you have? And then her going, I don't know. I don't always know what money I have. She's like, how could you not know? That's important, because you could have people who want to steal your money, or a manager. You need to know how much money you make. And then there she is on H3 going, I swear I don't even think it's monetized. I didn't know. And then remember, it comes out that she's made like $8,000 on the video. And she was like, I didn't know. So I was like, I thought that was jaw-dropping and funny. That she was in this other video. Again, I'll link it below, and I'll link below the H3. I think this is going to go really nicely with Boss Lady. You could wear it with a light colored lipstick, but I'm going to wear Gerard Cosmetics Boss Lady. And I'll be right back with that look, because I had to put everything down to do that. Okay, so I wasn't thrilled with how well I blended this again. My eyeline on camera doesn't read the way I think it does in real life, and I think I need a little work with glitter. But I do love the colors. I love playing with this palette. I will use it. Right now on my lips I'm wearing Essence Deeply Intoxicated, which reminds me, I still have to talk about Houston. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Boss Lady that I want to see. I kind of like the lip liner by itself because it was lighter in here, but I want to see how the dark color looks as well. And that's the fun thing about playing with makeup, is sometimes you don't know, should I go with a nude? Or it depends on if it's a night out and you don't know what it's going to look like. It can change the way the eyes look. Glides on like a dream. I love this stuff. And this does look better with the eyeshadow. Looked better than the last color. Good choice. And I wasn't sure that was actually going to be the case. I almost just stayed with the other color and said I changed my mind. But I'm glad I did that. I was like, why not check out both? That is the watermelon. Oh, it smells so good. And I have a feeling with the Slay All Day, I won't get glitter everywhere. But I did use a little bit of the Peach Goddess highlighter. And I noticed it's beautiful in real life, especially if you're going out. It's almost translucent, but it doesn't read quite as well as this Bee Dumpling that I got, Bee Dumpling Beauty highlighter that I still like to use, even though it's kind of crushed up. it came that way, and then I just kind of put alcohol on it and pressed it. But that is my finished look. And my final thoughts on the whole Trisha Paytas Gabbie Hanna thing is, I'm curious to hear what you guys think, because again, I see both sides of it, but ultimately my points went to Trisha on that one. I think that if somebody has a personal issue like that, if you were in the unfortunate position that your private conversation got out, because let's face it, we all say things in private that we wouldn't want people to hear. If that got out, then you would feel bad. You wouldn't double down and do an Instagram story that makes the person look bad. And it doesn't matter if you don't say their name in these situations. People know who it is, especially if the other person's talking. I didn't quite get the texts. I'll link Dustin Dailey's below. I did watch his, and I didn't quite understand the texts between the two of them. That seemed kind of strange. Apparently, they were already texting back and forth, and Gabbie said she couldn't possibly reach out and ask Trisha about, maybe having this issue, but I don't see why she would. I would never expect her to text somebody, by the way, you're with my friend, do you have a clean bill of health? Nobody's going to do that. Most people would just say, hey, be careful. But I think that it's a good rule to keep in mind that if somebody is seeing somebody, they might be in a really good phase of their relationship, and it's probably not a good idea to say, hey, just a rumor, I heard that you might be dating a dirtbag. I'm just saying. Not that people with chirpies are dirtbags, but it comes across that way. By the way, I do know people living with things, that for them flare up from time to time. And you know what? By the grace of whomever, that's the only reason that doesn't happen to me. I don't think that I'm better than somebody else because that's never happened to me. I think lots of people are admitting nowadays that those things happen and people can live with them. So let's not shame about things like that. I think from where Trisha was sitting, it was a horrible thing to have somebody spreading about you. Things do spread. So, if you've watched this far, I so appreciate you. Thank you very much for your view. That means the world to me. Please do consider liking and subscribing. Tell your friends about us, and I will hawk all of my stuff below. My Patreon, where for $1 a month, you can have exclusives and corrections and more feedback, etc. And also my Teespring, which is going to have new merch soon and has some new merch. And my P.O. Box, and keep that from having cobwebs in it if you could. And I so appreciate all of you. Pretty soon it's going to be Christmas card time, and we will do exchanges again this year. Thank you very much. Your view alone is more than I could ask for, so I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, Hausfrau out.